Hello Malibu crew. Hey, this is going to be a quick review of the Big Air Collapsible Bimini. I got it set up on my 01 Malibu Response LX, and it seems to be doing okay now after a little bit of tweaking with the setup adjustments and things. Couple quick disclaimers. This is low tech. Don't have a cameraman or a tripod, so just bear with me. And another disclaimer number 2 is I was going for a setup like as low as possible, kind of like a cockpit type of a feel for, as I'm a slalom skier and we normally go out, one or two friends, everybody skis 1 or 2 quick sets, put the boat on the trailer, head home is a normal kind of day for me. I'm not out on the water all day like a lot of you wakeboarders out there on big water, big lakes, and you got racks and people partying, moving around while you actually have a boarder out there surfing or riding. So your setup, is going to be totally different. Your tower is going to be totally different, but that's what I was going for. And also a third disclaimer. I know my windshield frame is flaking. It's a little disgraceful, so you don't need to harass me about that. I already know. So let's jump into the review. The assembly went great. I assembled the Bimini on my deck, upside down, straightforward, nothing really to share about that. I will say read the directions. I tried to just watch the video and thought that was going to be enough, and I had a friend that was helping me. He kind of skimmed through the directions and caught 1 or 2 things that I missed about the assembly. And speaking of that, that leads us right into the bracket. This is one of the main brackets that goes on the tower. They have different sizes for different size towers, the thickness of your tower. And this is like nylon. They say they've never had one break. It seems plenty sturdy enough, strong enough for me. No complaints about this. It does have I'll zoom in on it in just a minute here. The hardware is stainless. The bolt is just like a standard 1/4-20 stainless bolt. There is an insert for different size towers. I guess this might fit 1 or 2 different towers, and it pops right in there. This one already has the insert in there. There it is. So it's just nothing exciting about that. It's just a little piece of round moon shape nylon. And yeah, I mean, these look fine. I will say about these are the same clamps that are used for the struts, and I'll show you. I'm gonna have to cut off the extra. That kind of doesn't look too hot, having like a 3/4 of an inch of bolt or an inch of bolt sticking out that's not used. Just waiting for somebody to snag something on that. And they say put them in, so you don't snag a rope on it or something, but I'm going to do that, cut them and file them so you don't see them at all. The wing nut that goes on them, and I'll zoom in on this stuff, it's nylon with brass threads in the center. And I was not happy that every time you set up the struts on the water, when you first set your Bimini up, that you could drop these easily in the water. And I haven't tested it. It's probably going to sink because it's got brass in the center. I should test that theory. But that's just the way it is. I mean, you just have to be careful when you're setting it up. Of course, you're not going to take loose the main support. It's going to stay there, but your struts, you have to remove this every time that you take them off and set the Bimini up. Alright, next clamp this is a clamp. It's designed the exact same. It's for the attach the strut to the Bimini, and stainless hardware again, 1/4-20 and nylon wing nut with brass internals. And so this is, let me grab the camera and show you the struts so I know what kind of view we have here. So the struts are the same material, it looks like, as the Bimini. They're aluminum 7/8. They have like aluminum rivets holding these ends on. The ends are nylon, and the end has a little square in the end for where it fits on the clamp, and that is because these ends also, you know, carriage bolt has a square head on it, so it doesn't have to go on that end. But these, I wanted to show you this because these turn the alright, work with me here, move that stuff out of the way. This piece, the like kind of like the eyelet on the end of the strut, will spin so that, you know, it can line up with your bimini and your tower. And so let's look at one on the boat. Here is the upper clamp, got that snug. Here is the short strut for the front, so I'm just gonna pop that on there. There it is, and then, you know, you just spin your wing nut on there. So there it is. That's what it looks like on the boat. And this is the quick. I paid the extra $100 for the stainless hinge so that you can set up the bimini and not have it bang the top of your tower, and where you, if you have speakers up there and lights and everything, I think it's worth it. I will say this quick pin on this side of the boat, it tends to pop out pretty easy, and in on the driver's side of the boat, I always have to put a little side load on to get that pin. It doesn't like to come out. You have to wiggle it in and out a little bit. Kind of bugged me at first, but I got used to it. So this is, let's back up to the main clamp. Probably should have covered that first. Here is what the main support looks like. We have, I hope the sun's not too bright. We have the optional spacer in here. It helped out. It took off some of the side load that was on that end. This piece looks just like the end of the strut, just a little bit thicker, I think. And again, it's nylon, seems to be pretty strong. This hinge here is nylon. It kind of bugged me at first that there was a little bit of an angle side load pulling on this bar. So I loosened the set screw. It's a little Allen set screw in here, and turned this thing just about 5 degrees, and it looks fine now. It has a quick pin, comes standard with like a quick disconnect pin, spring loaded. I will mention this, well, if we jump back over here to the main clamp. Like I said, I didn't read the directions at first. I watched the video and thought I knew what I was doing. I put this piece, the main support, in the middle of this clamp, thinking that was a logical place. The directions say do not do that, so I'll just mention that. So positioning setup, try and cover this. Oh, this clamp, this hinge is exactly like that one. It's nylon. It does not have a quick pin because it doesn't come, there's no reason to really take it loose. It has a screw and a set screw here for the tweak the angle on that. So setup, straps. The tower, the bimini does come with straps for optional for the front. Up there, the front, it comes with straps, and it comes with straps for the rear. So you get, and it comes with struts for the front, and these are the ones I showed you are longer, are the rear struts that could possibly go from the tower here to here, but I chose to use the straps because I was able to get it tighter. And so I just had to play with where the thing that was bugging me is like this clamp. If I put it back where Big Air recommends, so that the strap would be more in an M, they say to set it up in an M shape with that and this, it would have been in line of fire from my pylon and a rope of a, you know, if somebody was coming up swinging around the buoy skiing at, you know, mid say 32, 35 off and shorter, that would be a problem. So this is working fine with the strap straight down. Also, Big Air recommends that these struts up front, they recommend that they be horizontal, I guess, and are kind of parallel with the boat deck. That didn't work out for me too well because I had a crossbar here, and if I put the clamp below, then I couldn't open my windshield because the windshield hit the Bimini. And then if I put the clamp above for the strut, then I didn't think I was going to get enough shade. The Bimini seemed to be a little bit high in the front, higher than I wanted. So I just had to play with that. And the straps in the front, when I tried to use straps, there's a little hole there where you can connect the strap with one screw, and I ran it close to the windshield. It wouldn't tighten up enough, so that's when I went back to the strut. And I originally was going to do struts in the back and straps in the front, and this is what ended up working for me currently. So sorry that I may have ran a little bit long on this quick review, but there it is. There's the Big Air. I took the boat out and I snugged all these straps up and ran it, and everything, no flapping, did just fine. All of the canvases are all Sunbrella, so no question there about quality. So I'll just do one more walk around and then I'll let you go. I know it would look better if we were on the water, but apologize, I wasn't able to do that. Alright, so I know most people go with black. I wanted something just something different, maybe it won't feel quite as hot.